you go to industry conferences or software technology conferences like Autodesk University going on right now, that's the growth sector. You're seeing add-in applications by the boatload. Very, very competitive market, and only a couple years old as well. So it's exciting because there's models to do something with, and there's a lot of very intelligent, very progressive people out there building these add-in products. Weather data has always been available. It's integrated through Autodesk Green Building Studio, which has been around before Revit even. Now we just have a better modeling tool to build them quicker, build them better, and then analyze them based on this tried and true data. There was an academic push before there was a professional push. And in the US, it was a professional push before academic. And actually, they're kind of flip-flopping now as far as in the US, there's a very much higher degree of interest on higher ed right now, and higher ed pushing the envelope for it. We see that all over the place from University of Southern California, Penn State, Indiana, Texas A&M. They're taking the lead on it. Here, there was a much more measured approach. Also, keep in mind that even in the United States, people weren't using the MEP side of things. They weren't using those tools because it's such a fundamental shift from a diagrammatic construction document strategy into a physical model that they have to build. You know, they were just saying, take the conduit from that point and run it to that point. Now they have to actually show you how to do it and then match that to as-builts. So it's a complicated issue, but don't think that in the United States that everyone's been running with this really strong for a long time. It's somewhat new that we have fully integrated projects, all disciplines in Revit, doing virtual construction, clash detection in Navisworks. It's been a long road, and only in the past, I'll say 2 years, have we really seen that realized. There's sometimes products that weren't fully done cooking yet. And a lot of us have had to suffer through those products because, we're trying to just make it work. We have to trust the data. Trust is an immense part of the struggle that we're having right now with the analysis data that we have. So right now, Revit counts well. People are using that. People are building templates around leads so they can get that actionable information very, very early on and often. But the sustainable analysis side, really understanding the building performance, is not widely used right now anywhere. Virtual construction is just more pre-construction planning using building information models through clash detection, project sequencing, making sure trade overlap, really just trying to clear out as many RFIs as possible before you break ground. It is the most profitable sector of building information modeling. You're talking about contractors really reaping the benefits of that, which is a point of contention because you look at architects, you look at MEP engineers specifically that are taking on so much more in these models. For what? Are they getting more fees? No, the contractor instead is saving $50,000, $75,000 by using their models that they may never have created. So there's a rub there, and that's where you're looking at different project delivery methods to make virtual construction benefit the whole. Contractors love to win business, and pretty pictures win business. And it's great when those pretty pictures have some meat behind them. And that's what you have with building information modeling. That's what you have with Revit and Navisworks, is an integrated approach. You're exporting out, and it works. They're realizing it right now, and it's something that isn't new by any means, but the value, seeing not just the industry leaders, the large contractors pursue it, but everybody. Laser scanning, 3D high definition survey is a big deal right now. It's a very large technology jump in capturing as-built conditions, historical preservation. Other kind of trends, facilities management is definitely coming. I kind of disregarded it today, but it's happening. The technology hasn't met the expectation that architects and engineers are trying to make. Right now, you have different institutions coming out with BIM guidelines. Owner BIM guidelines are a huge deal right now, where owners are taking the reins and they're saying, not only are we going to tell you the software to use, we're going to tell you how much data we want in it. We're going to have you rename all of your equipment, tell you the data inside that equipment, put Kobe data inside that so it plugs into our FM systems, and basically making their project fees go through the roof. If they can pay for it, fantastic. It's going to save us all. But I think that only a certain type of owner-client would actually pay for it. It's such a simple concept to organize the expectations through questions you know you're going to ask before you need to ask them. It's a simple thing, but hardly executed at all. So that's the one thing that I like to talk about in these things, is asking simple questions, simple Excel spreadsheets of objects and where they're going to be at different times. So I think that's incredibly important and often missed. Often these things get buried like CAD standards in the back of a book. This needs to be desktop, it needs to be in front of your face, and it needs to be something that your modelers use day in, day out.